All right, guys, welcome back to Risen Sun Adventures. Today it's the day after Thanksgiving, and just thought I'd get out here in the woods, walk around with my grandson. We're out here today. We're going to look for some fatwood. When you're out in a bushcraft situation and you've had a little bit of rain, which we've had, sometimes it's hard to make a fire. So nature provides a lot of things in the wild for us to use as kindling, use as fuel, and fatwood is a concentration of pine tar sap that is usually concentrated when a dead pine tree falls down, and then that tar kind of concentrates into one area. And what you do is you just go around, you look for some of the trees, you look for stuff that's fallen down, especially the pine trees, any type of evergreen tree that is full of sap, that really burns well. So a long time ago, the older people used to call it lighter knots. As time went by, we had fatwood, lighter knots, so it really doesn't matter what the name of it is, it's just a concentration of that. And guys, we're going to show you what to look for, how to find it, and then we'll show you how to produce it. Good. So when you're out in the woods, Luke, what you're doing is you're looking for things, like right here, we're in the middle of a good pine thicket, and you can see all the pine needles that are on the ground. We used to play paintball up in this area, me and Nixon and the rest of the guys that come out. But you can see on the ground where something has been laying. I mean, if you look right over there, you can see where that area is kind of packed down. And it can be anything from deer, certain animals, but a lot of times it's deer. We have a lot of deer that run through here. And it's just neat how nature reveals itself to us while we're out in the woods. If you just take a little bit of time to look around you. I think that's what I like about nature. It's what I've always liked about nature. Kayak fishing, whatever I'm doing, I just like to take the time to stop and listen, especially when you get far out away from the traffic and the bustle of everyday life. You get to see a lot of things. All right, look, so like when you're coming through the woods and you're out, and sometimes you'll have a time where if you're going to build a fire, if you're going to need things to hang up your pots, stuff like that. You want to look for natural cordage. When you're digging holes, you can find natural cordage in the root systems that are the small, thin roots. Then also you can look here. This here is a vine, and you can just come in here and you can cut the vine off. And when you use a knife, you want to make sure that you cut away from you. And then you're able to, you can trim this down. So you've got a vine that you can use. You can actually, if you needed it to be more pliable and you had some time, you could take it and soak it in water and it would make it just a little bit more pliable. But you can take this, you can bend it, and use it to cinch down another pairs of sticks to tie them together. This one here is a little dry, but if you, like I said, if it was dry and you wanted to use it for cordage or use it some type, wet it. Let it get wet, let it get damp. It'll be a lot more pliable, and then you've got you a set of cord. You could actually come back in if you wanted to, split it, make it a little thinner too. So there's all kinds of stuff out here in the wild that you can use to help you as you're just out bushcrafting, and maybe even saving your life.
Okay.
All right, Luke, as I was telling you before, we were out here and we're in an area where you see the deer and you see the places where they lay. So not only are you looking for that, but if you look right here on this tree, right down there on that tree there, that right there is a deer rub. What'll happen is a buck will come in here and he'll take his horns and he'll rub it on these trees, and he's taking the velvet off of his antlers. But that's what you call it. He's also marking his spot. So there's a buck that comes through here, and that's where he's marked his spot. That's called a deer rub. That's pretty up through there. All right, guys, when you're walking through the woods and you're looking for fatwood, this right here is a prime target area. You're looking for, this is a pine tree that has fallen. You can look right in here. There's areas here where this is it's a log. I mean, it's right off the thing, but you can hear it. You can hear the sound differences. So let's cut this one. Oh yeah, I can smell it. And you can see right here, this is another tall tale. I can smell there. If you come right in here and look, you can look on the blade of my saw of how that pine tar that pine resin. And this right here, guys, that's a score. That is 100% right there, fatwood. All right, guys, like I said, this was a score. You can look here. This is a pretty decent aged tree. But as you cut, as you use your saw, you can see, I mean, you can see the resin, the stickiness on your blade. You can smell it. I mean, if you were in a situation to where you really needed to get a fire going really quick, as you have used this to cut it, you'd come back down here. You would go ahead, pick up your leaves that you had some of the sawdust on. Get you another leaf, kind of dump that on there that's dry. Pinch off your dust here. And that there would already be your shavings, because what you've done is you've went ahead and processed this. You've gotten the wood here. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna take it and baton all this off, get all this here, and then you can split. You can start splitting this, and then you've got your fat wood to make. I mean, this one right here is perfect. I mean, there's so much aroma coming from that oh, it's breathtaking. And it's heavy. You can feel the heaviness in it. But you put that in there, take your flint rod, strike it down, and you're going to get a fire. You'd already go ahead and have your other stuff made and ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, like I said, this right here was a great find. You can smell the aroma on the fat wood. The wood is heavy, it is full of resin, but that's how you do it. And guys, we're going to show you how to process this in the next video on how to start a fire with the fat wood. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll process it down to get everything that you need from it. We'll show you how to do that, and then we'll set this thing on fire with our flint and steel. So guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you share the channel. And remember, as you're out here in the wild, look around what God's given you. He's given us a ton of opportunities to be able to enjoy just life out in the wild. It is a time where you can slow down, look around you, and just take in nature. I know sometimes when I used to go hunting, I would sit out there in the tree stand and I would see deer, and it's so hard to shoot them. But I mean, some people, we do it for the food, we do it for the meat, but just to watch them, especially if they're off on a distance and then they're not up there close enough that you can get a shot, it's just surreal to watch these creatures go through the woods. And as we continue to go through life and we're building houses back and forth, building condos, we're taking away the opportunity for those animals to live out into the habitat. And one day we're going to be sorry for that. So guys, remember, stay safe. The sun is always shining, even in the rain. God bless you, and make sure to check out the next video.